everybody. Hope you are doing well and enjoying your time with your family. Well, let's start our lesson, and today's lesson is grammar exercises. I hope you all enjoy doing grammar exercises because you have to know and you have to be sure how much you learned so far. Grammar rules, vocabulary, listening, reading, and all the tasks and skills. Well, but before we start, I have some motivational quotes that gives you a little motivation about how to study grammar. A philosopher once said, "Half of good philosophy is good grammar." You know, grammar is very fun if you really enjoy doing it. Of course, with different activities. For example, you don't have to stock up in one thing. You should do different activities at different time, because when you do the same thing every day a lot, you might get bored. So do different things at different time. So, what does this picture tell you? Of course, about your teachers. I think you all missed your teachers because you need a person who can check your homework. Are you doing right or are you doing wrong? And I think you really miss your teacher's red pen. I hope you did. Of course, when you study grammar, you might have some confusion. That's why you need a person who can check your assignment. So, first one, grammar exercise 1, answer the questions. Here, you have given adjectives to make some sentences using these words. For example, look, bored, happy, frightened, excited, energetic, relaxed, beautiful, glamorous, good and tired. Using these words, you have to make some sentence. How do you feel when you go on holiday? Of course, traveling is fun. Traveling is exciting. So when you go on holiday, you feel excited or happy. You can use many other synonyms to express how you usually feel when you go on holiday. You have to take an examination. Of course, for some students, taking examinations is very stressful, but for some students, it's very exciting. So, how do you usually feel when you take an examination? If you are prepared well, of course, it's really exciting to know your results. And next one, you walk through a forest at night. Dangerous, darkness. You walk through a forest if you are alone, it must be dangerous. And you feel what? Look at here, frightened, afraid, frightened. And you can use any other synonyms. You see an exciting film. Of course, 99.9% of people enjoy watching exciting films. Some people like watching cartoons, horror, tragedy, romantic, depending on person. So when you see an exciting film, of course, how do you feel? Excited, of course, or happy. Next one, when you get up in the morning, how do you feel? Of course, depending on your previous day. If you stayed up really late, you might feel very bored or tired. You wear a new dress or jacket. Of course, wearing new things, something new, gives you lots of pleasure and happiness. How do you feel? You can choose one of these words. Happy, yes. beautiful because it's a new thing. You have had your hair done. If it's too long, then as usual, so you can use hairdresser's service, and after that, how do you feel? You feel comfortable, you look beautiful or happy. Next one, you do homework. Of course, doing homework gives you lots of pleasure and happiness because you are very satisfied with yourself and you do your homework with pleasure. And you are really in a hurry to send to your teachers to check. Grammar exercise 2. Complete with the appropriate phrase, suitable phrase, it's worth doing. Usually you use this structure to say something worse, it's good to watch or bad to watch. This structure, it's worse plus verb ing. So you can change here the verb. It's not worth doing. It's worth something doing or not. It's not worth being dishonest in advertising because people will complain. Dishonest in advertising because people will complain. It's not worth showing, for example. Planning your advertising carefully so that it will be really effective. Planning your advertising carefully. So you have to plan your advertising carefully so that it will be really effective. And it's worth planning. Advertising because it will increase your sales. Of course, you start a new business and nobody knows about it, and you advertise your new product to the public, and it's worth advertising. Working hard because you can get a better job. Of course, working hard gives you lots of pleasure and it makes you perfect because you work very hard, with heart, and you spend lots of time, more time than others. And it's worth working hard. The next one, complete with the proper phrase. This is the continuation of the same structure. Eating fast because you will probably get stomach. So eating fast is good or bad? Of course bad, and it's not worth eating fast because you will probably get stomach. Next one, going to bed early. Going to bed early is good because you can get up early next day with fresh mind. So going to bed early because you will be fresh in the morning. So complete sentence. It's worth going to bed early because you will be fresh in the morning. Next one, watching TV because there are some very good educational programs. Yes, watching TV is not always unnecessary or useless. There are some programs such as educational programs or programs about science or programs about animals, endangered animals, for example, educational cartoons. So it's worth watching TV. Staying up late to finish your homework because you will be sleepy in the next day. Of course, staying up, going to bed very late is not good, so it's not worth staying up late to finish your homework. Next day, you will be sleepy. Doing your homework in a rush because you will make mistakes. Of course, you should do your homework very carefully not to make mistakes. And doing your homework in a rush is not good, so it's not worth doing your homework in a rush. Being dishonest because in the end, people will find out. Of course, you should tell the truth all the time and don't lie to people or anybody. You should be very honest. And being honest is not good. It's not worth being dishonest. Well, Anne is very practical. Grammar exercise 3. Anne is very practical. She likes doing things herself. But Bill is not so practical. He has things done by other people. Maybe he is very busy. Or maybe he is very lazy. So you have to complete the sentence. For example, Anne checks her car oil herself. So that means Anne has a car and she checks her car by herself. But Bill has his oil checked at the garage. As I told you, maybe he's very busy or workaholic. Anne checks her tires herself, the tire of her car. But Bill uses the repair service, and Bill has his tires at the garage. His tires checked at the garage. Anne changed her oil herself. The same thing, you do it yourself, orally, or you can do it in written form. Next one, Anne repairs her car herself. Next, Anne cleans her shoes herself. Of course, Anne is a girl or a woman, and she cleans her shoes herself, and she doesn't need any help to do it. But Bill, as I told you, maybe he's very workaholic or lazy, and he can ask somebody, for example, ask for his wife to do it for himself. Anne does the gardening herself. That means she's a good gardener and she does the gardening herself. But Bill needs a help. Make sentence with should have. You use this structure the same as have something done, but with the help of modal verb, should have. Should have, and you put something. John's car is running badly, and here is the helpful word, check. He should have it checked. Next one, Mary's watch isn't going, and you use the same structure in this sentence. Mike's trousers are dirty. John and Helen's kitchen window is broken. Peter's hair is getting very long. Tom and Jane's new car has done 10,000 kilometers and they need somebody's help or service. The rest of the sentence, you are going to do it by yourself. So, what you are going to do here, your homework is homework. Sounds good, right? You will finish your home task till the end and send it to your lovely teachers who are always ready to help. Hope you really enjoyed today's lesson. Have a good day. Take care. See you next time. Goodbye.